Ayatollah Khomeini, has basically ordered retaliation. And when he makes an announcement like that, it's an edict. It's almost like an executive order here. It means Iran will likely do something. We know they're embarrassed by the killing of Hania. You laid out some of the details of how he was killed. He was a guest of Iran. And so that's really embarrassing in the Middle East if you can't protect your guest. There are a number of ways that they might attack. It could be airstrikes, as Blinken seems to be warning. They weren't successful in April when they did airstrikes in response to the attack on IRGC officials in Damascus, Syria. They were all knocked down by U.S. and Israeli air defense systems. So they might do something else, might try to be creative in terms of attacking Israeli interests somewhere in the region.
Major, David brings up that attack in April. Iran launched more than 300 missiles and drones and rockets to Israel. 99% of them were either intercepted or shot down. Do you think we're going to see something different in the next 24 to 48 hours?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a signaling. I think it will be more of a phased attack. They were embarrassed by that first launch that they made, but Israel's been fortunate that they haven't had creativity on the side of their enemies, even going back to
What do you mean by that?
Well, they haven't synchronized their fires. If you're going to have the capability to attack from 4 different avenues of approach, the Iranians can control attacks that have come from the north, from Lebanon, through Hezbollah. They can come from the south, from the Houthis. They can fire long-range rockets.
So you're expecting a bigger, more coordinated response from Iran this time?
That would be the only way to get them out of that kind of funk that they were in from the original attack they made. It was so embarrassing that it was they threw the kitchen sink basically.
Right.
And the Israeli Defense Forces, with the United States and everybody, these other NATO countries, were able to defend against it. Now, this time, let's say Iran tells its proxies, Houthis, for example, go after the American ships that are protecting Israel, because those American ships are going to have to protect themselves before they decide to protect Israeli airspace. So if they can cut away against some of the air defense systems, which are mostly in depth, maybe some of those cruise missiles will get through this time.
But you don't expect Iran to attack any American servicemen. They're going to direct their proxies to do so, because it would be an incredible escalation and provocation for Iran to directly attack America.
No question. But then the United States has got to think about what is our deterrence against Iran. If we're going to allow Iran to, by proxy, attack us, then what's our deterrence? It's, there's got to be some conspiratorial impact that they have done it. They basically ordered that attack on us. And so for us to not then turn around and try to figure out a way to punish Iran is on us.
David, the U.S., the UK, France are all preparing to help Israel should it be attacked by Iran. President Biden also spoke today with the King of Jordan, King Abdullah, which is key because they might want to use Jordanian airspace for U.S. fighter jets or allied fighter jets, Israeli fighter jets, to shoot these missiles and drones down.
That's right. Jordan is a key player in this as well. They were very important in April in helping repel the airstrikes by Iran. I agree with your guest that Iran might try to be creative. It might do a high seas attack that would allow it to not have to worry about the air defense systems. But what we don't know is whether Iran really wants an escalation or not. If they don't want escalation, we might see something like their response after
in April
we killed Qasem Soleimani, where they did some attacks on U.S. installations in Iraq. They were largely unsuccessful, caused a little bit of damage, no significant casualties. Maybe they do something like that aimed at both the U.S. and Israel. You already reported there's a new attack in Iraq that's very notable. That could be the start of proxy forces, which are Shia militias that are aligned with Iran in Iraq, doing attacks on U.S. interests in Iraq. I'm heading to Iraq this week, so that's also very important to me, and I'll be watching that closely.
Let us know how it goes. We'll be anxious to talk to you about your trip. David Tafuri, Major Mike Lyons. Wow, that detail that the bomb was under his bed.
Incredible.
Incredible that they were able to penetrate an IRGC guest house.
Right, and it's telling the Iranians the signal is they can't keep their guests safe, so that's what they want to say. That's what Israel wants to show.
We'll be watching carefully. Thank you, David Tafuri, Major Mike Lyons. All right, coming up for